Installation of an HM110 controller connected to an automatic valve mounted on a gantry robot, the Fisner model F9300N. An installation should only be carried out by a qualified engineer in compliance with the product's instruction manual. Always wear heat protective clothing, safety goggles, and heat protective gloves. All equipment must be properly grounded and fused in accordance with the rated current consumption. After unit installation is completed and before production setup begins, check that the front power switch is in the off position. Hoses are connected to the outlets located at the rear of the machine. Hoses should be routed to the robot in as straight a line as possible, never being squeezed or pinched, and maintain a minimum radius around bends of 18 inches. Now we're ready to connect the hose to the automatic valve applicator. The automatic valve is mounted on the Z-axis of the robot. Ensure that the hose has adequate length to maneuver the working area without stress. Support anchors may be required to route the hose to the valve. Tightly connect the end of the heated hose to the fluid inlet port on the valve. Connect the hose electrical connector to the valve connector. Load the tank with solid material. The tank lid must be able to fully close. Do not overload the tank. The machine may be programmed while the material is heating. Turn the front panel unit power switch to on. Set the pump output pressure regulator on the rear of the machine. The pressure setting will depend on the viscosity and the volume of the material to be dispensed. In our demonstration, we'll set to 350 psi. Once the unit has completed its startup sequence, it will turn on the heaters in the tank and all connected hoses and valves. The heater's corresponding LED on the status panel will illuminate green when the heater is on. The standby key controls the power to the heater circuits. Pressing the standby key once will activate the display screen, and the standby LED will illuminate green, indicating that the unit is on. At the bottom left of the screen is a temperature setting key with an LED. A green LED indicates that a temperature zone has been activated. To set the tank temperature, press the temperature setting key to show the temperature menu. When selecting zone temperatures, reference should be made to the manufacturer's technical data sheet and consideration given to the application. However, as a general rule, a system configuration would set the hose at the melt temperature specified in the technical data sheet. The tank temperature should be 10 degrees less than the hose temperature, and the valve should be 10 degrees higher than the hose temperature. For this application, we're using a material with a melt temperature of 390 degrees Fahrenheit. Therefore, our settings are the tank at 380 degrees, the hose at 390, and the valve at 400 degrees. The tank temperature shows the actual tank temperature at the top, and our set point temperature of 380 degrees at the bottom. The right side of this screen displays the actual temperature of the hose at the top set to 390 degrees and the actual valve temperature set to 400 degrees at the bottom. The system-ready LED with the check mark illuminates green when all zones reach their respective temperature set points. The pump on-off key is the master enable for the pump. When connecting the HM110 to an automated robot system, the pump on-off can be set to come on automatically when the unit is ready. An I/O command from the robot will trigger the operation of the valve. An I/O card control circuit manages the HM110 pump on-off command from the robot to the hot melt machine to activate the fluid flow. Note that all temperatures must reach the system ready temperature, and the ready LED must be illuminated green for the pump to operate. To test the HM110 setup, create a simple test program on the robot and check the output of the automatic valve by sending an I/O dispense command to the HM110, dispensing a single shot of material into a suitable disposable container. Once any necessary adjustments are made, the production program may be run.